NoFap / seed retention has been a massive trend on the internet for the better part of 15 years and has been a part of religious and spiritual practices for much longer. We've all heard the crazy benefits, like how after day 30 you can open your third eye and see into the shadow realm, or how at day 100 a busload of Victoria's Secret models pulls up begging for some of your masculine aura. But which of these benefits really work, and are they as great as the dudes on Reddit make them seem? Today I'm gonna do you a solid and round up every single benefit I can find and rank them for your convenience, so you'll know what to actually expect on your retention journey. Alright boys, starting things off, the first benefit on the tier list is increased confidence. Confidence is one of the most commonly reported NoFap benefits. Some say it's from eliminating the shame, others credit a testosterone boost, and some believe it's just a mental shift. Whatever the reason, I can say from personal experience, when I'm not beating my meat, I feel way more confident. No hesitation, no second guessing. This is easily an S tier benefit. Alright guys, the next one we got is boosted testosterone. Boosted testosterone is one of the most debated NoFap benefits. Some doubt its long-term effects, but short-term studies have shown a 100% increase in testosterone levels after a week of abstinence. However, more research is needed to confirm its lasting impact. That said, whether NoFap boosts testosterone a little or a lot, why complain? Men's testosterone levels have been declining for the past 50 years, so even a slight edge is worth taking. And for that reason, this is going to go into the S tier as well. Alright, next up we got regulating dopamine levels. This benefit does not get talked about enough, and that's a shame. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Dopamine is the key to success. It's the motivation molecule, the thing that drives us to take action. And for all my gooners out there, guess what? Adult content and busting a fat one floods your brain with as much dopamine as hard drugs. How do you think that's affecting your motivation? Resetting those neural pathways is life-changing. Easily an S tier. Alright boys, back at you with another one. Healthier skin. In case you didn't know, your seed is packed with the nutrients needed to create an entire human, or at least half, because you also need the nutrients from a woman. Think about that. One sperm cell carries the building blocks for life. Now consider that you're blasting out 80 to 30 million every time you bust a fat one. When you put it like that, it makes sense why your skin can lose its glow. Your body is constantly losing essential vitamins and minerals. Not the most crucial benefit, but one I can personally vouch for. On long streaks, my skin stays clear, smooth, and acne free. Solid A tier. Next up boys, we got healthier hair. Just like with skin, your hair needs vitamins and minerals to stay strong and healthy. But when you're constantly draining the tank, your body prioritizes creating future kids over maintaining luscious locks. Passing on genetics is simply higher on the totem pole than perfect hair. From my experience, longer streaks equals thicker, healthier hair. Solid A tier. Alright guys, next up we got deeper voice. This one is pretty niche. I actually hadn't even heard about this one until I started researching for the video. Personally, I've never noticed my voice getting deeper on NoFap. That doesn't mean that it's not true, but I can't vouch for it. And even if it were real, I don't see it being a major benefit. I'm gonna drop that one in the D tier. I don't know, I feel like you might be reaching a little bit with this one guys. Alright guys, next up we got mental clarity / sharpness. I'm a huge advocate for this one. When you're spending hours on the hub gooning, your brain's getting overstimulated, wrecking your focus and leaving you in a fog. You're slower, less sharp, and you struggle to concentrate. Clearing that up and getting your edge back, no question, that's a S tier benefit boys. Ooh boys, this one's I feel like a little controversial. Yeah, woman attraction. This one might get me in some trouble with the r/NoFap guys, but I gotta be real, I think woman attraction is mostly a placebo. Maybe the mental clarity helps you notice signs from a girl who already liked you, or confidence boost makes you more attractive to girls. But if you're expecting to quit wanking and suddenly have Sophie Rain throwing herself at you, you're in for a rude awakening. C tier for this one boys. NoFap can help, but if you want girls, you still gotta put in the effort. Apparently one of the benefits people report is respect from dudes. So just like woman attraction, this feels more like a side effect of increased confidence. Outside of maybe like your boys that do self-improvement, or guys in like a subreddit or like a Discord server, no one's gonna see you as like some kind of leader just because you quit watching the hub and playing with your willy. But if it makes you feel like you're getting more respect from the guys, yeah, fair enough, yeah, I'll give you that in the C tier. Next up we got better fitness progress. Better fitness progress is one of the strongest benefits in my opinion. By giving up a habit that's tough to break, you're building very strong discipline, and that combined with hard work and consistency is the key to solid gains in the gym. Sure, you can still make gains while busting a fat one, but having been on both sides, I can say the gym feels a hell of a lot better when I'm retaining. Simple, solid A tier. The next benefit we have is better at manifesting. I was on the fence about this one. As a self-taught manifesting master, part of me wanted to say that holding in your seed doesn't directly impact manifesting at all, and that's true. Manifesting can happen regardless of lifestyle, but what NoFap does do is increase discipline and mental focus, which helps you maintain faith in the unseen, an essential part of manifesting. For that reason, it earns an A tier. Next up, we have better quality sleep. Better quality sleep is pretty straightforward. When your brain isn't constantly overstimulated, you'll fall asleep faster and easier. On the flip side, if you're staying up late looking for the perfect video to get off to, chances are you're going to be up longer than planned, sacrificing precious sleep in the process. Solid A tier benefit. Alright guys, next up we got more energy. Any guy who's had a crazy goon session knows that afterwards all you want to do is sleep or chill. That's because your brain thinks you just had sex and created a whole life, which is one of the most energy intensive acts we can do as humans. Of course, your body wants you to rest after that. The problem? It doesn't know you were just jerking off to pixels on a screen. Saving that energy into better things like working out, meditating, or even real sex is where it belongs, not on playing with your bagpipe. Solid S tier. Next up, we got more creativity. Creativity is tied to mental clarity. When your mind is constantly occupied with milking material, your brain is foggy. And how do you expect to come up with cool, unique ideas when it's fried from thinking about boobs and ass all day? From personal experience, I can tell you, my videos, jokes, freestyles, everything's better when I'm not wasting my time on the hub. Solid S tier. Next up guys, we got empathy. Empathy is a huge benefit of NoFap. One of the biggest downsides of consuming adult content is that it makes you start to objectify people, especially women. This warps your mind, leading you to perceive people negatively and come off as more hostile, especially towards women. NoFap alone won't fix this completely, but it's a great starting point for change. Solid B tier. Yo man, respect the ladies guys, come on now. Next up we got spiritual alignment. Spiritual alignment is a huge benefit of NoFap. A key tenet of every major religion and spiritual practice is abstaining from wasting sexual energy. These teachings weren't written for no reason. Spiritual leaders knew the harm of overindulgence long before the hub even existed. If you're into spirituality or religion, consider this. What would your ancestors think seeing you beat it to a Bella Danger for the 5th time this week? It's an easy A tier guys. The next benefit we have is better focus. Better focus is crucial, especially in today's world. It's similar to mental clarity, but focus deserves its own entry because it's so important. Your brain is already being fried by social media algorithms, video games, and constant distractions. But one of the biggest sources of damage, consuming adult content. Is 10 seconds of pleasure worth the destruction of your prefrontal cortex? I wouldn't say it is. For me, this is an easy S tier benefit. The next benefit is enjoying the small things in life. Enjoying the small things has been one of the best benefits I've experienced in my 7+ years on and off NoFap. When your dopamine isn't constantly spiked by being a virtual cuck on the hub, you start to get that joy from real world experiences again, like watching the sunset or taking a peaceful walk. Definitely a S tier. The next benefit is taking more accountability. More accountability comes naturally when you give up a bad habit. How? By having to confront your real self. You're no longer hiding behind artificial feelings and escapes like you do when you're gooning. You have to face the harsh truth. You're probably a loser with no bitches, but it's better to face that reality and change that than to try to escape through jerking off and living in denial. A tier, like the A in accountability. Next we got clearer eyes. Clearer eyes is one of those benefits I've never personally noticed. Maybe there's like a faint change, but I don't think it's a significant benefit. If it works for you, great, but for me, not really. Gonna put that in the D tier. Alright, next up we got needing less sleep. Personally, I think that needing less sleep is a concept that is dumb. I've said it before in my self-improvement tier list. 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep is non-negotiable for proper health and hormone optimization. Just because you feel like you can function on less sleep doesn't mean that you should. The only time I could see this being useful is when you couldn't get enough sleep the night before. But don't think NoFap is gonna turn you into someone who sleeps 4 hours a night like Jocko Willink. I'm gonna put this one in the D tier for sure. Sticking with the topic of sleep, we got more vivid/lucid dreams. I can't personally vouch for this one because your boy's a stoner, so I only dream when I'm not blazing, but I've seen a lot of people online say this is true for them, and as someone who's had prophetic and lucid dreams, anything that makes dreaming clearer or easier is a win in my book. Just be ready for the wet dreams. When your pipes are clogged, your body's gonna find a way to unblock it, and it's usually through a steamy dream. Regardless, I'm still gonna put this into the A tier. Next up, we got better memory. Better memory is another cognitive benefit, and y'all are probably tired of hearing me say it, but adult content and fapping causes gnarly brain fog and mental dulling, including difficulty recalling or making new memories. What's a life you can't remember? Sounds pretty shitty to me, so for that, better memories is going into the A tier. Next up, we got stronger intuition. Stronger intuition is something I've definitely noticed while retaining. My gut feeling is sharper, and I've even had prophetic dreams like I mentioned earlier when abstaining from the smut. I can't say for sure if this will happen for you, but for me it's one of the most notable benefits. Simple A tier. Next up we got stronger self-control. Stronger self-control is pretty self-explanatory, but for the guys who are a bit cognitively challenged, Here's the deal. When you resist temptations and urges, you're killing the neural pathways for that habit while strengthening your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that regulates self-control. Quitting the hub doesn't just help with NoFap, it makes it easier to quit other bad habits too. No way this belongs anywhere but the S tier. Alright guys, home stretch, second last benefit, less social anxiety. Less social anxiety is a weird one because I don't know why it works, I just know that it does. When I'm retaining, I feel way less on edge and stressed. I'm already a pretty social guy, but when I'm avoiding pixelated filth, it's so much easier to just be myself and not overthink my responses. I'm gonna have to give this one another easy S tier. And finally guys, the last benefit for the tier list, more patience. Finishing with another self-explanatory one, when you resist the urge to goon, you're delaying gratification, which makes the reward later feel even better, and at the same time, you're training your patience, making it easier to wait for long-term rewards in other areas of your life. A simple A tier to wrap up the list. And there we have it boys, every NoFap/semen retention benefit I could find online, ranked by someone with first-hand experience. As you can see, some of these benefits are a bit overhyped online, and I think that's what turns a lot of people off from even giving this NoFap thing a try. I hope this video has opened your eyes to what NoFap can actually do. I'll also link some useful resources below for dealing with adult content addiction and the science behind why this stuff is bad for you. If I missed any benefits, feel free to share yours in the comments. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like, share, and I love you.